recording started. Okay. Today I'm going to share 3 cases. So just to show you how I did the troubleshooting. So maybe you can learn that we have some tools to use. Okay, the first one is this one. Let's try go through the 3 issues. The first one, that the customer reported an issue like on a specific date and time. They noticed the recording start failure spike from their dashboard. So the time duration is June 19th, UTC 1 to 2 o'clock. So the customer asked us, okay, if there is any outage going during that time. They claimed that they received the error code 21st and 49 for those failed start requests. So yeah, we know the app ID and the VID. So that's the information. Yeah.
Can you share the links again?
Oh, okay, sure.
We found, yeah.
Okay. The link. Okay, all right. Oversee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any new colleagues to join? We can wait. Let's wait the new colleagues to join. Then we will start again. Who will join? No one?
Emma.
Oh, Emma, okay. Just Emma, okay. Is Emma joined? Okay, she's slow. We can start now. I can tell her if she has any issues later. So that's the information we get from the customer side. So maybe they just not willing to provide further information. But we actually have enough information to do the troubleshooting. So the first, we will try to believe that they're telling the truth. So, okay, we can check whether there is actually some instance running at that time. So where we can check the incident information, usually Emma will send the email and he mentioned that the product is cloud recording. So we actually has a working group. Yeah, this working group is sending all kinds of RTSA issues. So they will share the information here, like this. You can go to the specific date to check whether there is something wrong at that time. But I do check this. We don't see any messages during this working group at that time, and also no email about the cloud recording incident. And I also checked manually with Emma. So yeah, we don't have it. We don't have the incident. So what we can do now is that, okay, we can check the error code that the gateway returned to the customer when they post the start request from the Kibana. So we make sure we actually returned some error code to the customer side. So customer's VID is this one. Then we can get the app ID from Archer. This is the VID. So the VID is this one. And the app ID is this one. Now we go to Kibana system. So in this system, that it records all the logs about the RESTful API requests and the code we returned for the first step. Actually, the first step should be we should check what's the meaning for the error code 21st and 49. So we can go to the document website. Cloud recording. Here we have the error codes listed. Error codes. Reference. Okay, here. Let's try to search 21st. Okay, we don't see any results. And then 49. Okay, code 49, we found one. Invalid operation. The task is already exiting. This may be caused by a duplicate stop call. Okay. So actually when the task is not started, if they return the 49 error code for one request, they will typically receive the same error code for the other requests. So, but we don't know what's actually going. So we can also try to search our Jira history ticket. There may be some tickets already handled the error code 21 and 49, but I've checked those error codes, those tickets. It's not related to start request, so we can ignore those tickets. Like if you want to search something not existing in the document, you can search the history. Actually, I did the action and don't find any tickets related to the similar use case, like it's returned by the start request. So now we can go to the Kibana and search the requests we received. So usually we don't know, we don't remember all the keywords that we can use to do the filter, so we can get the search result quickly. But it's okay. You don't need to know all the keywords. You can just simply search the app ID. This one. And then here you need to select you need to shrink, make the duration short to cover the period which is impacted by the issue. So it's June 19th. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So I would choose 30 to 2.5 to cover the whole issue period. So now we can do the search directly. It would be a little bit slow. Oh, sorry. I need to, there is a, okay, yeah. Make sure there is no other filters to impact the search. Discovery company. Company. 就是这个。That's strange. Oh, the year it's I chose the wrong year. Sorry. It should be 2026 and June 19th to June 19th. Now we put that value here. It's slow. Okay, now we get the result. So we can see the result. We can do a general review. So it's here. This one is a stop, and this is update layout. So there are a lot of results. We need to filter what we actually need. So we can get the field here. This is the field name. We can check here. This is the one. If you add here, it will show. If you add these parameters to here, then it will come to here. Then we can do a more clear view, like start, stop, and update layout. Customer mentioned that the issue is with the start request, so we can do the field, like the request field should be start. Now we use this wild card to match the content, then field again. there are so many parameters to use. If you need to do to check other parameters like what's the log type, what's the method, whether it's post or get or query, what is the request ID, response time, you can check one by one based on your actual needs. So now all the results is the start request. So we need to check what we returned to the customer side. What the status code for this request we returned to the customer side. So we can search the HTTP status code is this parameter status. So if we check here, there are 200 HTTP code. So we returned 200 to the customer side. So 200 means it's successful. So we don't need the 200. We need to fill out the field request. So we can say we can add a field, like add a field here. The status field is not 200. Then we will get all the issued requests. If you are familiar with all the parameters, you can use it at once. So you don't do multiple times research. So now we filled out all the field ones. You can see here there are 13 plus 21 plus 1. Total 35 request field. So there are 35 start request field on the customer side during that period. So now we need to check why it failed. So we need to check the UAP log. You ready? We go to Argus, and then we search here, UAP search, right? We put the SID here, but the customer mentioned that they don't receive any SID in the response. So they only received the error code without SID. Now, then we don't have the log to check because we don't have the SID, but from the Kibana. But how can we check further? We needed to. The next step is like we either know the channel name or the SID. So we have a tool we can use here. This is the CS tool. It's very useful. So here there is a function called decode the resource ID. So you copy the resource ID. Copy. And put it here, it will decode the resource ID. Then we will get the channel name, task ID. See? Okay, now the resource ID is decoded. We can get the SID, app ID, and the channel name, and other information like UID, timestamp. So we can do a rough check next step by checking the channel. So to check the channel, we go to the issue period, June 19th, and put the channel name here. Then we get the result. So we go to the channel details. And we will see, okay, there are only 3 users in the channel. There is no Linux user. So there is no the recording user. The recording user is this one. If in the channel there are many users and it doesn't list by default all the users UIDs, you can try to add the users. There is a there is an add field. You can put the UID here and search the user, then it will show. So some channels are having this issue. Like it has like around 11 users. So you can put the you can put the recording UID, add it to the list. Then you can see whether it existing or not. So now in this channel, we can see directly that there is no recording user. So why? Then we check the next step. We check the we have the SID. We have the SID, so we can check here the log. Okay. This is the traditional way that we check. Now we can see all the records about this request. Roughly, we will like check the error message. Okay. We don't see any obvious error messages or failure. So then there is another place, the UAP task query. Okay. If you put the SID here, it will get the start request body, and it will try to help you analyze this request. So now it takes a little bit time. Let's wait the result. Okay, the result is coming. You can see it tells you, okay, the acquire request is succeeded, but the start request is failed with 400 HTTP code. And it lists the acquire body, start body. You can see the start body here. And it even tells you what NCS events was sent. And it has error analysis report. So now we see the root cause for the HTTP code 400. It tells that it's the layout config. Like the UID is new. So that's the issue. They failed. Now we go back to the start body. We can see customer use the mix the video layout. This layout 3 means custom video layout for the composite recording. And here they need to configure the custom layout. And here the UID is not passed. The UID value is not passed. So this makes the start request failed. And so now the root cause is clear, and we need to check some other ones because there are so many tasks failed. We can check like 3 to 5. If they are all the same issue, then we can tell customer, okay, that's it. We don't need to check all of them, like 35 ones. Check 3 to 5 ones, okay, because I checked several ones and they are all the same issue. It even gives you the error message. UID. Oh, okay. The error message is here. UID inside the layout tag is mismatched. Actually, this error message is returned in the UAP log as well. If you have the patience to check the log very carefully, one line by line, you will also see the error information here. Which I missed it. So yeah, now you can see. So that's not our issue. It's customer side issue. They changed the integration. Yeah. So we can share customer our findings. Any questions about this case? No question? Where's the chat window? Oh, here. Oh, sorry, just the thing. How would you report back to the customer? I just tell them, okay, we found actually, yeah, there are a lot of start requests failed, but the reason is that you didn't pass the valid UID in the start request body as you used the custom video layout configuration. So just to tell them the truth, because this is their integrating issue, it's not we don't have the responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah, definitely. So we go to the cloud recording production and how customer can manage the video layout, update layout, better here, third party, rest, or develop. Because customer is using composite recording, so we go here, set the video layout. Here, we have three, we have 3 kinds of layout settings. The float one, every user shares the same array, size, like this. And the second one is the, let me see, mix the video layout. This is the value and it has parameter. Layout config. Implementation. Full size. Best fit. Okay. So there are several kinds of settings. The first one is floating layout. Floating layout, if there is one user, it looks this way, and several, it looks this way. We support to record the maximum 17 users. So And the second one is best fit layout. So it's every user divided into this equal area. 3 users, 4 users, and 17 users max. The last one is vertical layout. The vertical layout, it looks like this way. One user shares the big screen, the other one shares the small one. And if a customer chooses this layout, they need to pass max resolution UID for the area, for the large area. So just now I handled another case, like the customer actually used the first layout settings, floating layout, but he passed the value max resolution layout, these parameters, which is required for the vertical layout only. He passed the UID here with and it's also an invalid UID, then the request field as well. So make sure they use the right parameters for the corresponding layout settings. And the last one is the customize the video layout. Customer can customize it by themselves for specific users. So we have example here. If you set a custom layout here, and you need to pass, you can set the array positions for X actions, Y actions, Y's height for specific users. Alpha mode, random mode, yeah. So this is the document that you can share to the customer. Using compose, how to check what customer or what kind of recording customer is using. Here you can, in the UAP log, if you already get the SID, you can check the there's keyword more subscribe. Is this the one? Okay. Missing a lot of information. Okay, actually, you don't need to check from here, since this system is also no longer maintaining a lot, like by the customer. Here, you can check here if this parameter is used, is composite recording. No. Usually, if you see this, because they are transcoding the video. Actually, it should be the request URL in the Kibana. You can see mode mix. If it's not composite recording, it will be individual, then start. So from the URL, you can tell the recording kind, or you can check the body. Usually, customer needs to, like composite recordings, we need to record several users' audio video into one file. Then if they are sending different resolutions, then we need to transcode it to the same one. So we receive all the streams and writing the data content into the recording file with such settings, like what's the voice, what's the height, and FPS and bitrate. So the body and the URL can tell. Usually in the old log we used before, there should be a keyword called subscribed mode. If it mixed, then it's composite. Now we don't see this report anymore. Prepare. Let me see. There should be a prepare event. Okay, something wrong with the search. Internal. acquire. Okay, yeah, that some data is missing in this system, so we don't see this. We only see the acquire logs here. We don't see the start request here in the UAP. So better we use this one. This new one is better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. If no other questions, we will go to the second one. Second one. Oh. Okay. The second one issue description is that customer provided us a channel name with the audience UID and the host UID. He mentioned that the audience UID does not see the host, the specific host at the specific duration, but this audience can see the other host. So the information is here. This is the audience UID. And the host UID. So we can try to locate, first step, we try to locate the channel in the Argus. He mentioned the date and time is May 29th, 1740 to 1750 UTC time. So yeah, let's go to the Argus. Okay, put the channel name here and go to May 29th. Okay, 29th. Okay, there's so many results. So let's check the one covered the period. 17. So it should be this one because it's 17 o'clock. So go to here. So now let's locate the UID. The UID audience UID is this one, 991 or 119. Okay, this is and the host UID is okay. Now we can fold the other users in relevant users. Okay, focus on the issued users. So 119 cannot see 149. Now we can follow the Euro troubleshooting steps. Check the sender counters, receive counters. They are native users, so they're native users for the first glance, but actually if you put your mouse here, you will see the Android user actually have overlapping sessions between native app and the WebRTC application. So here you can see at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 48 to 3 o'clock, 36, that this is the WebRTC user. This is the WebRTC user actually. But yeah, anyway, let's focus on the issued period. We don't care about the other periods. So time should be 1740. Oh, okay, covers, it should be this one. Let's check. Let's check firstly the sender user, the host user. Or let's check if he sends the like a video stream properly. What we should check? We should check the capture counter, then encode in, encode out. let's focus on the period time. We can expand it, zoom the period. So it should be 40 to 50. 40 to 50. So it's actually we can see that there's issue between, there's a gap between this here. So and we can check the send bit rate. There is a gap here, and also the no. 70/40 to 50. Oh, here. Never mind the gap. So we can check at least the sender is sending the FPS normally 30 FPS and the bit rate as well. So let's check the receiver side. The receiver side, first we check the decode in. The first counter for the FPS is the decode in. Decoder in. Video decode in frame rate. Refresh. Sometimes it doesn't show up the counter data, so we need to refresh. So this, when you refresh, the order may exchange. So this is the audience. We check again from this side. So the first counter to receive the FPS is the decoder in, not the received FPS. Decoder in. So he actually didn't tell me that the accurate issue duration. He just it should be around this time, around this duration. So we just take it generally. So here from at least from the 15, it looks okay. Decoding is normal, so the audience received the video frame at least. Then we check decode out. Okay, it's also normal. Then we check the video receive. REVC. Receive. Strange. Okay. Okay, remember this counter. The video receive frame rate is the video frame rate come out from the decoder on the device, the decoder. Then it will be delivered to the render module to do the render. It's not the first step, like we received it. Okay. So okay, we can see okay here is normal, but after this time, like 46 to 48, it drop. There is no data till to 15. Like So like here it stopped. So we need to check why. Let's check again the sender. The sender. At least you can see the sender is keep sending, but the receiver drops, right? So so we can go to the nearby timestamp event list to check if anything wrong. It should be 17:46 to 48. Okay, we go to 17. Too many events. $48. Okay, 46 to 48. Okay, 46. Okay, it's around this this time it something wrong. So we can see here the audience received the first video package received. This means they receive, this is the first step, like the audience received the video data from the gateway. Our gateway transferred the video data to the audience. So we have this event for the first event. Then after this event, it should be first the video packet decode. So it should be this one decode. And then it should be draw. This one means, okay, after the video is decoded, we will try to draw it to the view, render the video. So make sure you see all the 3 events. Then it means, okay, I successfully received the remote user's video, and the SDK is successfully rendered it. But when there are multiple hosts, you need to make sure this event is from the right UID. The peer UID, you can see it's not from the host that we are checking. So to make it more easy to view, you can just simply copy the event name. Copy this. Let's check one by one. Copy. We can do the field. Now we see all the received events. Then we copy the host UID from here. Then we go to the issue period. It should be 46. It should be 46 to 48, around this. Okay, we can see actually the audience received the. Oh, this is audio. Oh, sorry, and change it to video. Okay. Actually, now we can see at that time, this audience received the video data from the host 149 successfully. Now we check the second event, which is decoded, received, and then decode. Video sometimes. Okay, first the video frame decoded, then we put it here. Again, get the host UID to here. Okay, we can see decoded is also received around that time. Okay, this is not the same time. It's now 43, but the issue time is 46. So okay, 46. So we don't see any events here in 46. So yeah, this cannot help. Since the customer shared the SDK log, we go to check the SDK log. Okay. The log is here. So this is the log from the audience. So now, since we already confirmed that there's no issue on the sender side, we just directly check the SDK log from the audience side. There are so many logs, so we need to locate it to the right time. So here, this time is UTC time 1740 around. Then the user is from Colombia. His zone is UTC minus 5 hours. So the log we need to check, locate, should be May 29th, 1240. So let's go to the log. Okay, it's not decoded. Go to Manhattan and decode the. I think here we should have the same tool, decode SDK log. Oh no, oh it's okay. We can decode the log here. Put the now it's downloaded. This is the first SDK log, the latest one. Okay. The timestamp for this log is main 30, so it's not the one we need. Check the others. Check the others. We need to decode again. Maybe this is the latest one. I'll try this one. Okay, because the channel session is running too long, so the old logs will be flushed by the overwritten by the new logs. So now, even with the oldest SDK log file, we still don't get the May 29th SDK log. So, okay. So it is no use. We check the SDK log. So now we need to check the API log because the SDK log contains all the details. But the API log only records the API that the customer called from the client side. It has less information, so it contains longer SDK API information. So we check this one. This is still 30, so go to the old one. Now we can see it contains the May 28, but we need 29, so drag it to the bottom. Okay, this is still 28. We check this one, maybe. Okay. This is 30, so it's not the one we need. This one. Okay, here. May 20, just now, the August is minus 5 is 1240. So 1240. Oh, it's 25th， 不是，还是3再说来着，算了，去年拿的吧。Okay, this one contains both the date May 20th, May 28th and 29th. So now we can check the information should be included in this log file. So usually, to receive a remote user's video stream and then decode it and render it, there are several APIs to call. So we can check. First, we make sure to render the UID's video, the API customer should call is set up remote video, and then pass the UID to the API. So let's check 17 minus 1240. Let's locate to 12. Okay, here 1240. Now this is the nearby. Okay, from here. Okay, then since he needed to call this API and pass the UID, the host UID to render his video, so we check the UID. Then we don't see any API. We don't see customer called this API and passing this host UID, but he's passing some other UIDs. Let's check. Drag longer. So here, this is the time duration, 40, around 40. Like, you can see there is no UID which is end with 149, right? 149. We don't see, right? 14. We see this one. So at this step, but okay. So we don't see customer calls API and passing the UID to render. What if whether the customer actually received the video stream? We can check other APIs like first video frame. So this is the API like the audience received the first video frame. On first video frame, rendered. Not this. Okay, not this one. First, wait. Strange. Let me directly check this UID. Let's say, okay. Here we see, it should be 29, 12, 40. Okay, here. 12, 40. Okay, around this time. So now we see all the logs related to the co-host. On user, on here, on video subscribe state changed. So the audience is actually subscribe this host UID. State 1, state 3. How to check the meaning? You know, you can go to the API doc file. There states their reason, so you can check. For example, go to SDK and the rest the API reference. For example, Android similar for through all the So you can see there are some states on video subscribe state changed. What's the state meaning? What's the 1, 2, 3 meaning? 1, 0 is the initial state. 1 is failed. 2 is subscribing. 3 is subscribed successfully. So if you don't know the meaning, you can always go to the API document. Yeah. Let me check first. Okay, so it's not called the first video. It's called the first remote. So if we check whether we received the first video frame or decoded it, we can check this. Then we copy the UID here. UID, the host UID. Now we check here. Okay, around 12:43, the user is actually decoded the video stream from this user, right? 149. The audience successfully received the video and then decoded it. The next step for decode is to render. So we see, okay, decode, we have it, but we don't see the render. Set up remote video. So that's why. So if you, at this step, you can tell customer, okay, we observe that the SDK log that you don't call this API to do the render. That's why. So the customer needs to check the app logic. But if you check more specifically, 12:40. you will see this one is very similar with this one. This UID is actually a little bit similar with this one. So if you copy this UID and try to search it, we don't see this host. So we can see customer is app, the app logic has no issue, but they actually passed the wrong UID. They are passing the wrong UID to the render API. So yeah, so then at this step, you can tell customer, okay, you can check this. Oh, like 149, then if you plus 1 is 10. 10 moved to the first. Something like generating the UID is wrong from the side. So yeah, that's it. That's the issue. Oh, any questions for this case? Even though customer is not providing the exact duration for the issue, he just give a rough duration, but we can still see some issues, right? So yeah. No question about this issue? Go to next. Hello? Okay. Last one. Join channel slow every time. How to check this? Okay, the log is provided. So even he didn't tell, okay, which channel is join slow, but we can do the rough check. Join channel success. Okay, we can see that's the log, join channel success. This is the time duration that is spent on join channel. It's milliseconds. So the first one is around 2,778 milliseconds, which is around 3 seconds. So from customer side, the abnormal time may be around 1 sec. So we need to check why it's slow. So to go through the join channel process, the first is to call the API join channel. So we check the join channel. Okay. We can see here join channel success is around 3 seconds, and here is the timestamp. It's initially called API. So we copy this timestamp to a place. This is when the action started. Then after this API is called, the SDK is try to do the connection. So it should be join channel. It should be this one. The SDK starts to do something to start the connection. Then we copy this timestamp here. Then we check. Okay, you can see here between these two timestamp, it costs around more than 1 second. This is already abnormal, but never mind. We keep it here and we check next. If you don't know that this is the second log, we check next. The next is the SDK trying to connect to the view as the edge server, which the edge server will try to get the closest meeting server for the user to connect. So the first step is connect to the edge server, which we also call the truth server. So SDK start to send the AP request, send the access point request. Then we will respond. See, we will respond the view as servers. Actually we should. Why we see this? So actually we should firstly respond the truth server for the user to connect. But here, you see one abnormal issue here. Before the truth server is returned, the VOS server is returned in advance. Why this is happen? This is because for the usually it should be this way. Drawing channel API and then send AP request and then get the connect to the truth server, and the truth server return the median server. Then join channel success. Now the VOS server is before the truth server. This is because for the native SDK, we put some IPs, server IPs into the SDK. So when the API join channel is called, we will do two things in parallel. One is to request the truth server, and one is to connect to the IPs we put them in the SDK in advance. Like in the SDK will try to connect some existing servers which we already know the IP. Those IP is built-in IPs in the SDK file. So they do in parallel. So now you can see actually the VOS is returned in advance. So he will try to connect directly, even they are still requesting the truth server. So if you see which median server they connected, you check this keyword VOS. You can see there should be log code update VOS server successfully. It should be one. See, selected one. This is the server IP the SDK selected to connect. Then this log showing the actual VOS server the SDK connected. If you see this one, it means it connected to this one. So here, if we put the timestamp here, but we can also put them together to have a general view in response with so if we check, the other steps are normal with normal time consumption. Only this step costs the most time. Then we need to check why. Then so this is like we have no clue. So we need to use our eyes, check carefully. The time gap is between 58 to 59. So we should 58. So we go to the two lines, which one is 58 and one is 59. So go to 58 and 59. The last 59 and the first the last 58 and the first 59 records the log information. So go to see if something happened. Okay. 59. Here. Okay, here. This one. You can see from this log to this log, it costs more than 1 second, right? So this log indicates it takes the most time. Then we can check our source code. Okay, most of you guys don't have the access to the source code, but you can, if at this step, you can contact us or the dev directly. Okay, you can tell them why this cost this time. Then they will check the source code, what they are doing at this time. So this line indicates we are doing the H.265 decoding capability query. We're trying to query the device whether this device supports to decode the H.265 video stream. So it takes the time. And we checked with the dev, the issue, there is a bug here with the SDK version for 4.6.0. The issue is fixed in 4.6.3. So that's it, yeah. The ticket, let me show you the ticket. See. So yeah, if you pick line by line with the key logs, you will see where it cost the time. Then you will find this. You will find this, and then the dev to check the source code. The query thing, query tasks cost the time, and we fixed in 4.6.3. Yeah, that's it. At this time, you can directly escalation. Customer said every time the user joins channel having this issue. So yeah, now they need to upgrade the SDK version. Okay, that's all. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Feel free to leave.